Hello and welcome to our Chapter 8 video lessons. This one is dealing with the p-value approach. Again, our standard deviation is known. Again, there will be 6 steps, just like there were for our critical value approach. Those steps are a hypothesis statement again, just like it is in the critical value approach. Second is the significance level again. And once again, that's alpha equals. And that's if it's given. So it's needed, but if it's not given, see page 343 in your text for decisions. Those are special cases, and I'm going to have you look in your page in your text for that. Third step is the test stat. Fourth step is calculating a p-value, which we'll discuss in just a second here. Fifth step is to reject or do not reject h sub 0, just like it was in the critical value approach. And both of these two things we'll talk about in just a little bit. And then step 6 is once again your summary. So those are our 6 steps for a p-value approach. For calculating your p-values, there were 3 different styles of hypothesis tests. We had that little look, and that was for your mean not equal to version in your hypothesis statement. Well, your p-value will be p for the p-value equals 2 times the probability that z is less than your test stat and that's if your test stat is less than 0. So it's on the left-hand side there. Your p-value would be p equals 2 times the probability that z is greater than your test stat. That's if your test stat is greater than 0. So up here on this right-hand side, you're always looking at the small area when you're dealing with those. There were the other 2 types. The area down there when we had mu less than whatever. And here our p-value is the probability that z is less than your test stat. And that's because it's already down there in that negative region. And then the third style That's when the mu was greater than. That's that region down in there. Well, then our p-value is the probability that z is greater than your test stat. So those are the 4 different ways of calculating a p-value. My thought is always my p-value equals number of tails times the small area. So up here in the first one, 2 times that area. In the second one, well, it's one-tailed, 1 times that area. In the third type, 1 times that area. It's just in the greater than, you can use the idea of symmetry. And then the last thought here on this part is the reject. You reject your null hypothesis if your p-value is less than alpha, your significance level. So those are the parts to begin with when we get ready to actually then go about our hypothesis testing.